Call this beat Will Smith, cause it slaps hard. Hear it not when I pull up on your boulevard.
So I just got a question from somebody on Reddit, and I'm going to answer it. And this guy is basically dealing with a girl who is wishy-washy and is there 1 minute texting him and not there the next. So I'm going to read his message, but I just want to say this. As I get more of these messages, what I come to realize is that the majority of men out there have not experienced what it's like to legitimately date a woman that has extremely high interest. In my lifetime, I've been fortunate enough to do that. And what I found is that when women have a high interest in you, they're not flaky, they're not wishy-washy. And yes, there are moves you could be doing better in terms of maybe not texting so much, not revealing so much of your feelings early on. But I have typically found that women that are highly, highly interested, more often than not, are not going to punish you for those things. At best, they'll try to let you know in advance, hey, like, you don't have to give me so many gifts. You don't have to text me all the time. And they'll tell you this because they want you and they want to keep you around. And they don't want to lose interest by you continuing to do something that they don't like, right? But because most guys haven't had that experience, they hold on to any woman that's initially showing them attention, even if it starts to be wishy-washy. And they think that they can turn it around. I have found more often than not that that is not the case. But if you haven't dated enough women or gone after enough women, you don't ever get the idea that women that are highly interested won't do a lot of this stuff. So that's my preamble. Let's go into this guy's message. So he says, basically, after being ghosted for a month and a half, this girl came back. I called her August 18th and she declined it. Shortly after that, I asked her how she was doing and if she wanted to come to a basketball game with me. She loves basketball. She completely dodged that text. She also removed me from her private story from Snapchat. I don't really care that she did this, but just giving you the details. So she deleted him from Snapchat that week, and she stopped viewing my Snapchat stories. So far, we have a girl that is not responding to his phone calls, isn't responding to direct requests text-wise for a date. She's also removing him from the Snapchat and not viewing his stories. So I look at this and say, based on these various things, it means that for this moment in time, she is not currently interested. Now, obviously, later on, she may come back, and then you're going to wonder, why did she leave and then come back? What I'm saying is, in the time where she's showing you signs that indicate that she's not interested, that's what she's feeling. This is not the time where you try to go in and ask for dates and try to ask to spend time with her or to try to ask her, hey, what's going on? Women that are highly interested will try to stick around, will say yes to date requests, will probably be following your stories and incessantly various other things. If they're not doing that or that attention gets pulled away, it means that for whatever reason, she's not feeling you, all right? So then he says, so after all that stuff happened, he says, she texted me saying, hey, how's it going? As much as I want to reply, I feel like she has already pushed me away a good bit. What is your call on this one? I honestly don't know what made her wake up and text me all of a sudden randomly. What happened was that she ignored those texts, and I had later found out she had a boyfriend. So this goes back to what I was saying. She was not interested at the time. So we found out later she has a boyfriend. Admittedly, if she wasn't texting during that time, that is admirable. Women who have boyfriends and know that you're interested should not be texting you. It may hurt your feelings in the moment, but the reality is that women that are in relationships are off limits. Even if you think her boyfriend and her might be going through turmoil, that is not your job to try to jump in and be the new guy, because you don't want her doing that to you if you guys get through a little tiff should you end up in a relationship with her. Anyway, he says, would you say that her and her boyfriend, quote, maybe have broken up, or if their relationship became unhealthy, hence why she came back to me? Well, she's not back to you. She's just texting you for right now. Or do you think she came back on a friendly note? Well, my guess would be that if she's suddenly texting you out of the blue after all these months, chances are her and the boyfriend are on the outs. Now, even with that said, I wouldn't try to make any kind of date moves until I figured out for sure that her and her boyfriend were no longer a thing. And more importantly, that he's no longer hanging in the background, because some girls will break up with guys and then try to keep them on as friends. If this woman is doing that, then I still wouldn't try to get with her, because until he's completely out of her life, that is risky territory to try to get into, to try to date her while the ex is a friend. No bueno. Continuing, He says, I was thinking maybe to give her a week to reply back to her. I remember I did this one time after she ignored me for 3 weeks. And whenever she texted me back asking, how are you? I ignored her for a week. And then she double texted me saying, why are you ignoring me? I would really appreciate it if you can be mature and tell me. This was while she was dating her old boyfriend back in March. So again, this goes back to highly interested women. When they like you, they help you. When they don't, they won't. At the time that she was ignoring you, guy, and not answering your texts for dates, she was not into you because she clearly had a boyfriend. So she was not going to help you by answering these things. Now that she's potentially no longer seeing this guy, she could be reaching back out to see if maybe she has another shot with you, all right? Now, what you don't want to do is make the mistake of getting all giddy or trying to show her that you're way more interested in her at this moment than she is in you. Because remember, you were reaching out to her. She wasn't answering you back. She went away. So what do? Well, like I said, this goes back to you don't know for sure if she no longer has that boyfriend. So if she texts you, hey, what's going on? You could say something like, hey, long time no see. What you been up to? See if she responds to that. She'll respond with, oh, I've been doing blah, blah, this and that. You'd be, okay, great. Fantastic. Nice hearing from you. Hey, I got to go now, but we should catch up sometime this week. I'm free on Tuesday for a quick bite to eat. Let me know if you're free. Boom. You're already going into let's meet up and catch up and talk. So then, assuming she says yes to that, then at that talk, you can say, so what's been going on? So like you know, hey, what have you been up to these past few months? Because you just kind of disappeared. I've been up to this, yada, yada, yada. Somewhere in the course of that conversation, see where she's at with if she had a potential boyfriend. Because you don't know. This could all be rumor. You don't know for sure if she had a boyfriend. But you need to find out if she did have a boyfriend, if and when they broke up, how long it's been, if he's still hanging around or if not. That's the way you can get into figuring out if based on that information, you want to go forward trying to actually date her. But I wouldn't put anything in terms of like full-on feelings for her or you've been thinking about her. None of that stuff should be coming out until she actually lets you know that she's no longer seeing anybody whatsoever. And then you can ask, so hey, just curious, what made you reach out? Because I hadn't heard from you in a minute. It's like, what's going on? And see what she says. She might surprise you and say, oh, I was just thinking about you and blah, 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 blah. At which point you kind of know what territory to try to take this into. But even then, don't move too fast. We're not in the business of you trying to tell feelings and try to ask women to be in a relationship. That's her job. Her job is to come to you after 2 or 3 months and say, hey, I'm feeling things. Are you seeing other people? Let's talk about potentially being in a relationship, all right? You just sit back and have fun and be patient and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, yeah, figure out where she's at and then go from there, all right? But ultimately, guy, if she starts showing you signals again where like she's being flaky or not answering texts back or not accepting dates and stuff like that, recognize that when women have a high interest in you, they cannot help themselves but to show you that they're interested and not be flaky and say yes to dates, yes to hookups, yes to being in relationships, all this other stuff. If they're not doing that, then you are dealing with a girl that is flaky. And if you see my channel, you know, I don't live in the land of maybe. If a woman's giving you signs that indicate that there's a maybe there, like maybe we'll go on a date, maybe we'll see each other, maybe I'll respond back, maybes are no's. And if you're getting maybes, which means you're getting no's, that means that the person is not interested. Women tend to talk in passive language, so they may not say directly no. They're going to either try to ghost you or just not accept whatever you're asking them as if it never got asked in the first place. That's just how they operate. You can be mad at it because it's very frustrating to guys, but that's how they communicate their no's, all right? So if she's not overly enthusiastically saying yes to meeting up with you and yes to dates and sounding enthusiastic on text, assume it's a no and move on to the next person because we don't want you wasting your time on somebody that's not enthusiastic to converse with you and see you. So hopefully, guy, this helps you out. For the rest of you, if you have any questions, you can write to me at HarryWilmington@gmail.com or leave comments in my comment section, and I'll be happy to get to your question, all right? Be sure to go to the website, introvertdatingsuccess.com, for my eBooks, audiobooks, and programs, all designed to help you date as your introverted self while still getting your precious alone time. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high